Once upon a time, there was a king who ruled a beautiful kingdom. He was known for his hard work and dedication. Every day, the king made sure that his people were happy and well taken care of. He cared deeply for everyone in his kingdom, from the farmers who grew the crops to the merchants who brought in goods from faraway lands, and even the masons who built the strong walls of the kingdom. The king always made sure their needs were met. The king wasn't alone in making important decisions. He had a wise minister who always gave good advice. There was a courtier named Charles. He was a close friend of the minister and lived in the palace premises. He had a beautiful wife, Catherine, and 2 children, Ben and Ava. Charles loved spending time with his kids. He would play with them and tell them stories. He was a caring father who always made sure his children had everything they wished for and more. One evening, Charles sat waiting for his tea, while Ben and Ava chatted with him. Catherine prepared the tea, rolls, and cupcakes. She took out peanut cookies from the jar, arranged them on a tray, and poured the tea into 2 cups. Then, she brought the tray to the lounge and set it on the table. Ben and Ava grabbed the rolls and ran out to the lawn. Charles smiled and said,
"Dear, you don't need to make tea yourself. That's what servants are for."
Catherine smiled and replied,
"This is my love. I feel good when I work for you."
Charles smiled, picked up his cup, and took a sip. Catherine then said,
"I want to visit my mother."
Catherine hesitated.
"But it will take a week."
Charles nodded.
"Of course. You can go. Pack your things. A servant will go with you." "I can't go with you, my dear, due to my duties."
Catherine replied,
"No need to mention it. I understand."
That night, Catherine packed their things. She packed clothes for herself and the kids, along with everything they would need. The next morning, after breakfast, they were ready to go. Charles felt sad, but he didn't show it. The kids were excited. Catherine said,
"Dear, please take care of yourself. Eat on time. And look after the house. Our gold jewelry and many valuable things are here. So be careful."
Charles replied,
"Don't worry. I will take care of everything."
The servant took the bags outside. Ben and Ava hugged him. He smiled and said,
"Take care, my kids."
Ava said,
Dad, we will come back soon. So don't be sad.
Charles laughed.
"Oh, my pretty doll. I will be waiting for you."
They waved goodbye, and as they left, Charles stood and watched them go. Charles went inside the house and called his servants together. He told them,
"You all should take a leave now. I can manage by myself. You should spend some time with your kids."
The servants hesitated, and one of them spoke up.
"Sir, Ma'am will be angry with us when she finds out."
Charles reassured them.
"She won't scold you. I'm the one letting you go."
One maid asked,
But sir, how will you manage your meals?
Charles smiled and said,
"Don't worry. I will eat with my friend."
Though they were still unsure, the servants agreed. Charles added,
"And please, take some cookies and rolls from the kitchen. It's a gift for your children."
One servant smiled and said,
"Thank you, sir. God bless you."
The servants took the food and left happily. That night, after finishing his duties, Charles came back home. He boiled some eggs, peeled and sliced them. Then, he heated a pan with a little oil, added a 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder, turmeric powder, salt, and some water, stirring it well. He added some cloves of garlic and sliced tomatoes. After a few minutes, he mashed the tomatoes. He then added the egg slices and let them cook for a few minutes. Finally, he garnished the dish with fresh coriander and green chili. He served it on a plate and ate it with bread. As he sat alone, he felt the emptiness of the house and missed his wife and kids deeply. The next day, Charles met the minister at the palace and told him,
"My wife with kids have gone to visit her mother."
The minister replied,
"You should eat with us. That way, you won't feel lonely."
That evening, the minister invited Charles to his home for dinner. The minister's wife warmly greeted him, and the children hugged him. The dinner was served. Vegetable rice, chicken rolls, creamy mashed potatoes, fresh salad, and warm bread. There was also sweet pudding for dessert. Charles smiled and said,
This all looks wonderful.
The minister's wife said,
We are happy to have you with us.
Charles enjoyed the meal and chatted happily. One day, the king called Charles to the palace and handed him some official work.
Charles, I need you to review these reports and update the tax records. Also, write letters for the upcoming trade agreements.
The king said. Charles bowed respectfully.
Yes, Your Majesty.
And left. By late afternoon, Charles had completed the king's tasks with great care and precision. He handed the finished documents back to the palace clerk and went home. As he reached his house, he was shocked to see the main door slightly open.
How did this happen?
He whispered and stepped inside quickly. He hurried to his bedroom and saw the cupboard in the corner wide open.
Oh no!
He exclaimed and checked quickly. Panic gripped him, and he shouted,
Our gold jewelry has been stolen! This is devastating! I must inform the king at once!
Without wasting a moment, Charles ran toward the court beside the palace. The king was busy in a meeting when, all of a sudden, Charles rushed into the courtroom. He said,
Your Majesty! I have been looted! I have been robbed! Please help me! I have lost everything!
The king said,
Calm down and explain to me what exactly happened.
Charles repeated calmly,
Your Majesty, someone looted my home. And now all my valuables are lost. Please help me.
The king looked at the minister and said,
The courtier lives in the premises of the palace, which is the safest place of all. This is a mystery. What do you think? Maybe the thief is not an outsider.
The minister gathered all the royal servants and of the palace and asked everyone not to leave the court for a while, then left the court. After some time, the minister came back with a donkey. The courtiers and servants were amused upon seeing the donkey. The minister said,
All of you will have to come near the donkey. Lift its tail and whisper, I am not the thief.
This made the courtiers laugh even more. One by one, all the courtiers and ministers came and said what the minister had explained. Then the minister asked them to show their hands. Everyone's hands were covered with black paint. However, one person's hands were clean. He had not touched the donkey's tail due to fear. That was how the thief was caught. Moral: the truth will always be revealed, even if it's hidden.